What is up, Need for Speed Racers? I am Alex Cornnut and I'm here with another video. Today we're going to go over drifting, how to set up a car, what I think is a good drift car, viable ways to drift, the different mechanics behind it, and the best way for you to get through all the drift zones. I uploaded a video earlier today that was me doing all the drift zones in about 90 minutes. I just grinded through all of them, got 4 stars on each event, got them done. I was seeing another popular streamer do a drift session, if you will, and he was struggling with the drift events, and it frustrated me because I was like, it can't be that hard. And so I set up a car, jumped right in, and I didn't have too much of a problem with it. So let me show you my drift build, let me show you the car I've got, how I set it up, and then kind of show you how it slides around a little bit, so maybe you can get a little information from this, learn a little bit, and hopefully improve your drifting abilities. So let me go into my rides here. So what we are dealing with, this is the let me go grab it here. This is the Nissan Silva K 1998. It's the S13 model. It's got a different body kit on it. I think it looks a little retro. I got these goofy ass little mirrors on it that are like little cameras. And then just overall through the Mona Lisa from Tokyo Drift paint job on it. All that's vanity. None of that stuff matters. So for engines, I put the engine with the biggest horsepower number I could get. You could probably get away with the stock one that comes in it. What you really want for a good drift car is as much torque as you can slam into it. That torque's going to break the rear wheels loose. That's going to help you out. I've got all elite parts all the way across. I could have put a different motor in it that would give me more horsepower, but it dropped my torque figure down by over 100. And so I put in the highest torque performance part. So it was between this one, the root supercharger, or the screw supercharger. Well, the screw supercharger was 2,000 points or $2,000 less, so go for the little cheaper option. Outside of that, it's all elite parts. I've got the road suspension on it. There's no drift suspension, so I just did the road one just because it gave me a little bit better points. I do have drift tires in the elite category there. Anything that is not a drift tire is going to change the slider a little bit. I think the road tires would probably be viable. It gives you a little bit better 0 to 60, but I put drift everything. I do have just the 5-speed transmission in it. I guess going down to a 4-speed gives us a higher number, and going up to a larger category there gives us a bigger top speed. But I wasn't building the car for top speed. I was building the car for good drifting. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's throw the 4-speed on there and just see how that does. Handling, sliders all the way over. We are full drift build. Steering sensitivity, that's personal preference. I usually do a couple clicks to the high side. Downforce all the way low. I don't want this thing touching, I don't want it getting sucked down. Josh coming in, I just realized the story in this game sucks. It's honestly a better storyline than a lot of the other games, in my opinion. It's not too bad. It's a little corny, but it's not terrible. It gives you a rival, somebody you can hate for sure. The drift entry, I have it on brake tap. I don't want gas tap, and I don't want both. I want brake tap because I'm going to be tapping the gas and modulating the throttle as we go through it. So let me show you how this car handles, what essentially it does. I'm going to go online here. I've already done all the drift zones. I have 4 stars on all of them. I've mastered all the drift zones. It's not that difficult. It just requires you as a player to potentially change your driving style. And that's what I feel like a lot of people are missing here. Let me go to an area that's got a lot of drift zones. This spot's got a lot of drift zones, so we'll go here. If you want to drift efficiently, you need to not be just full throttle all the time. If you're just holding it down and you're full throttle, the car is going to respond to that in a way that's maybe not the most efficient for you. So if you'll notice my RPMs, I don't hold down the throttle all the way. I snake drift, which you'll see like in real life drifting events. they'll get up to speed, but then they rotate, they pivot from left to right, left to right. They keep that drift going. I do the same thing, and that's really how you get the maximum distance with your drift. An S-curve is a longer line than a straight line. So this 4-speed actually is a little better. It keeps you in one gear longer, so the car's not shifting, and allows you to just keep that traction broke. So there was a 4-star thing right there, and we just knocked it out. Let me go to another one. Drift event right here. This is a tougher one that we're going to. But really, it's all about setting your car up for what you can control. And to drift efficiently, you get in the drift, don't just full throttle. You'll notice the RPMs were nice and smooth there. I kept it right around 6,500. It wasn't just bouncing off the rev limiter. Because as soon as you get out of the throttle, you can stop the drift. Or if you need to turn sharper, you can apply more gas and bring it around even further. So you can adjust your line mid-corner and adjust the drifting. And so when you're playing the game, try to work on pulsating the throttle, not pulling the trigger all the way down. Do what you can to try to keep control of the car. And to control the car, you need to modulate that gas pedal. And that's how I've been doing it. I'm level 99. I've ranked up as high as you can in this game. I've done all the drift zones. I compete online. Like, I have got grip cars, I've got drift cars, I've got middle of the road cars that do a little bit of everything. And in my opinion, this is the easiest and best way to drift. This S13 cost me every bit of $500,000 to make. It was not cheap. So if you're looking for a cheap drift car, this isn't it. I might do another video here in the future to try to show that to you guys, so you can maybe get a little bit more affordable drift car. I might be able to do it with this car with less expensive parts, but I wanted something that was fast. I wanted something that was cool. So let's do this event really fast here. I will say, drifting on dirt is harder than drifting on concrete. You do have to use a little bit more of your throttle because you've got to break it loose more to kind of carry that speed. Oh my gosh. So in this case, I'm not going to worry about my distance. I'm going to get the 4-star distance, I'm sure. I'm actually worried about how much time I've got to finish this event. So I have to go around these two little dirt areas. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to finish in 20 seconds. I gotta still do this whole loop in 12 seconds. We're going to be under the gun here. We blew past it. Well, we would have got it. We would have got it. But that is my drift build. That is how I think the best way is to drift. Use the car. Don't just pound the throttle. Pulsate that trigger. Let your throttle steer the rear end. The more you apply, the more gas you apply, the more the rear end's going to want to come around. If you go into a drift and you're just full throttle, the game is going to lock into a certain line and it's going to hold it there just because of the way the physics are set up. So to get away from that, pulsate it and make the most of it. I'm Alex Cornnut. Thank you so much for coming and tuning in. Hopefully this will help you with your drifting. And you have a great rest of your day. See you next time.